All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome in to the Lotus Lounge podcast. Tonight we have a special edition. It is called Love on Purpose, a panel discussion on conscious love. I am your hostess with the mostess, Uma B 1111, top badge Uma B on Meet Me. And I am currently live streaming to YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Meet Me. I have a panel of wonderful guests that are either in relationships, have been in conscious relationships, or we just have a lot to talk about how to create some conscious relationships. So, we're going to have an interactive show tonight. You guys are welcome to ask questions. You're welcome to box up and ask your questions outside of the comment section if you wanted to box up. If you're watching me on YouTube or on TikTok, you guys can also put your questions in the comments for anybody that's on the panel. We're going to be going through each of the stages of dating, from vetting, getting to know, casual dating, hookups, actual relationships, monogamy, polygamy, moving to the next level, moving in, engagements, marriage, and even conscious breakups. All right. So hang in there. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to introduce my guests one by one. First up, we have the amazing King Egyptian. King Egyptian, welcome to my show.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello. I'm great. How you feeling? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Are you excited to talk about this topic tonight?
I am. I'm elated, and I hope that I impact hearts and minds.
I love it. Well, we hope that this will also give you a chance to impact hearts and minds. And I'm pretty sure you will mesmerize the crowd the way you have mesmerized me in our discussions. All right, next, we have a couple with us. It is Mr. and Mrs. 6'6" and 5'6". Let's first introduce Mrs. 5'6". Hello, Mrs. How are you tonight?
I am well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Are you excited to be on this show tonight?
I am. Something different for me, but yeah, I am. I'm excited.
Now, you are currently in a love relationship with the love of your life. Are you excited to speak from that point of view on how you can give advice to ladies or men looking for their soulmates?
As Six says all the time, advice and a point of view or perspective. Yes, absolutely.
Ideas.
Hopefully, it's received in that way.
Well said. I couldn't say it better, Mrs. 5'6". And finally, the host with the most. You guys know him from my previous shows. I actually can't list how many shows I've done with this man. We've done so many shows over the past 3 years. He needs no introduction. Please welcome Mr. 6'6". Hi, Six.
What's up, Uma? Another one.
And another one. I know you took a little bit of a.
We got a new crowd in the comments. I think we got a lot of great perspectives on the panel, so it should be dope.
Awesome. Well, I know you've taken a little bit of a hiatus from your streaming career, but we are so happy that you made an exception to come out tonight and do this show. I feel like this talk is going to be so important, especially for single people who are wondering, why can I not find love? And we're going to get right into it. So before we start, would everyone like to share what their personal status is, whether you're single, you're consciously single, whether you're booed up? I will start by saying that I am in a 5-year long-term monogamous, we live together relationship with my soulmate, with plans for everything else, wedding, marriage, all of the above. So I'm excited to share my opinion and my perspective from someone who is happily in love. So I hope you guys appreciate what I have to say. Egyptian, can you tell us about you?
I'm single, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely looking to date, but I don't have the same conventional means and style of dating as, most people will procure. You know what I mean? I like to take my time and get to know people. I'm a sapiosexual, so I oftentimes, even trying to date, wind up seeing people as hypocrites. And I find them having like physical mindsets pervading, just trying to get to know each other. Because I'm old school. I remember when, we had to wait with that cord at the phone for somebody to call you. Ain't no call ID. You don't know if they're going to call, and you just got to wait. You know what I'm saying? If they call it, you miss it, you don't even know it.
I love it.
That day.
Bring back the old school.
Like minds, and then you waiting by the phone when she called.
Bring back the old school dating. Yes. I always say
everything old school.
Yes. I love it. All right.
And we will, as a couple, we will be labeled as an engaged couple, heading to a marriage.
Tabernacle.
And it's a beautiful feeling, man. Just to find love, be in love, it's beautiful. I'm excited for what's to come.
It is beautiful. I can't wait to be at the wedding because I hope I will be invited.
You already know.
Thank you. All right, let's jump into it. We already have some preset topics, but of course, those of you that are watching in the comments, you're welcome to throw out questions, scenarios. If you want to box up, we have space for one visitor at a time. We just ask that if you are going to be part of this show, the show is live. So we're going to give you a space to share your thoughts, your questions, your comments, but please keep it classy, Seattle. Please keep it classy, right? And let's dive in. So let's start at the very bottom. Being single and looking for love. Whether you're booed up or not, let's talk about what that should look like for somebody who wants to attract a soulmate kind of love. Who would like to begin?
I'll go.
Thank you.
For me, prior to, even intentionally getting back out there and dating, it's healing. And I think it rears its ugly head when you're in or you find something or someone that you really want to pursue something with. And then here comes the past. And it's got you double-minded, as they say. You don't know, is it real? Is it not? Is it me? Is it them? Can I trust it? Can I even open my heart again? So the healing part of whatever they did, whatever they didn't do, so vital, because I now have a space where I can say, yeah, same thing happened to me, but I'm open. And I think when you're not healed or not even in the process of trying to heal, that kind of makes it a lot more challenging to even see and receive love. We want it, but when it's there, it's so much more challenging to sometimes even receive it because you got them scars.
I like that you said that, because one of my biggest things, I am a love and dating coach, and I work with women getting them back out there in the field. And I say to women all the time, you have to get your healing. Do you guys on the panel feel like people are not getting their healing as much as they should be getting it, and they're just kind of maybe jumping from one relationship to the next, or just having pauses between relationships and not doing any sort of healing work?
I think that perspective is so very important, especially when you're thinking or talking about something as far as like healing, because we spend our lives in the process of healing. When you become an adult, you're healing from childhood trauma. When you're in a relationship or you're looking for a relationship, you're healing from past relationships. And even being in a good relationship is more relevant of how much healing you need from the past relationship, especially because some things just become a subconscious nature that you might have worries and transgressions from past relationships that you're not even aware of. So I think that just having that perspective and knowing that life is a process of healing and being healed, and also knowing how to heal. And constantly doing that allows you to constantly grow, where you always will feel healed, and you'll never feel like there's a sensation where you lack a completion there of being healed, because it just never comes, because it never will. You'll always have another feeling that makes you feel like, oh man, it's just something else. So, and with that kind of mindset, you'll be looking for that verbatim, just being like, okay, things should happen like this. And because of my process of healing, I know that this is just a part of the process. You'll spend more time being able to enjoy the part where you don't have to be healed, and the realizations that, you know, maybe you got problems and maybe things are different, and it's real that it's out there. It's real that somebody else is out there who don't give you the same worries as other people might have.
6.
You know, I'm big on the law of attraction. You know, it's this healing that people speak of. I think too many times you walk into a space of, especially as a man, right? You go from one woman telling you why you weren't adequate to the next woman telling you why she didn't choose you, to the next woman telling you why you weren't enough, to the next woman telling you why you almost made the cut but you didn't. It's a competitive, repetitive cycle, right? Because it's competition for most men in the dating game, right? Just speaking from a male's point of view. So in that, you, like I said earlier, you have to be mentally tough. You have to be emotionally ready to, and mentally ready to take on everything that comes with dating. And then spiritually, you should have guidance. That's where your guidance should come from. The choosing and the picking and the courting, all of that should come from your spiritual. So I just think people are skipping steps. People are they don't have the wherewithal for what comes with dating, because I hear so many complaints. Why I shouldn't have, why I wouldn't have, why I couldn't have, why did I, oh my God, I lost, I didn't have, I should have. It's all the things that you should have known before doing, which just shows you went into the game ill prepared. Because if you went in prepared, then you have a better outcome. So I just feel like people need to prepare for dating better, and then you should get better outcome.
Okay. I agree with you guys. And I feel like that healing part is so important, because the biggest thing I've noticed is that sometimes we are so desperate for love that we are willing to accept unhealed people's point of views and take it as golden. What would that look like? Like, for instance, people have told you, Six, that you just recently mentioned that, you know, you're not good enough, or you're not doing enough, or you need to do this, or you need to do that. But I'm not saying you were desperate, but for people in situations like that, they would be like, oh, okay, maybe I am lacking, right? Or maybe I need to do more, and not trust their own instincts. What else can you guys say to the everyone listening, what that would look like, so they can be on the lookout for these red flags?
I think, again, it speaks to you being ready to date, because, again, the healing is a self thing. We have to be interdependent when we walk into relationships, but there's a level of self-sufficiency within you that you should have when it comes to your emotions, your happiness, your peace. That doesn't come from another person. And if you're out there seeking that from dating and seeking that from a person, you're sitting at home unhappy, so you want to date so you can be happy. No, it don't work like that. So I think it just speaks to the personal. You have to be ready to date, and it's best to find someone who's dating, successful in their dating, they're happy in their dating, so you can kind of see who they are, what they are, and how they present themselves. Because a lot of people, just speaking from when I was in the dating pool, y'all come in the dating pool and you are bad options. You are unhappy, you are upset, you are bothered, you aren't. You got all these things that the last man or woman did. You got so many situations that you're currently dealing with. They can't allow you to date. They won't allow you to get out of the house. It's so much. I just think, again, it shows you that people want affection, want companionship, but they're not prepared for what comes with it.
Anyone else?
I definitely agree with you tenfold, bro. And especially being a man, like men have to kind of learn what like reflection looks like because like you have to admit what it feels like to know what love is. Like when a man has a strong love for himself, he's wanted because he has a want for himself. And like that part of knowing yourself, that part of understanding yourself is what allows you not only to know how to share love with another person, but not stagnate a love that you would give yourself. You know, because if you're looking at how I treat myself and I treat myself very well, knowingly enough, you can only love another person half as much as you love yourself. So if what I have for myself is infinite, then you know what I have for you can be infinite. And especially if I radiate that with a natural essence, with a subconscious notion, you don't have to ask questions. You don't have to wonder. You just know. And I think a lot of that goes with, like I said, how a man is built, you know, how he looks at himself, his own perspective. Because confidence and self-love will allow another person to say, even if I'm looking for love, you're not necessarily looking for another person to love you, but you're looking for a person that knows what the representation of love is, and they can show you it. You'll want to share yours with them, even if it isn't even as strong as theirs. You'll just want to share what you have with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's reciprocation. Like someone who loves how you love is an amazing bond, and it's rare because most people want to alter how they love because they want that person to accept them. But no, if I find someone that, oh my gosh, you go just as hard for your person, like I go hard for my person, so no one should be lacking. But to the point of your question, though, Uma, I think that's the big part of it is that we allow so many other inputs. And like Sis was saying, having a wise counsel is key. I really believe that. Not your homeboy and your homegirl who gonna gas you up, because a lot of people put a battery in your back and they'll tell you, oh yeah, girl, blah, 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 blah. And you're not. You need to sit down and deal with baby girl. So you're not going out there looking for your dad who didn't love you. And you can actually find a companion, someone who is able to handle the grown you and maybe love you through those daddy issues. Because sometimes that's what it takes. It's not, I got on the couch and I got fixed, or I got the medication and I got fixed, but I met someone who was able to love me through that and to show me the proper love. And it changes the narrative for the person. So having a wise counsel who will tell you about yourself, not someone who's just going to gas you and tell you what you want to hear. But nah, sis, you got some attitude problems. No, we may need to work on your femininity because you come out like a G and no man wants a G. And some do, but maybe they got, prison stories, whatever, and they need that. But a lot of men want a softer side of a woman. That's a new thing. And we don't have it due to whatever it's been. So get that part together. Have a softer side. Allow them to see you in your softer side. It's a whole different arena. So that wise counsel, doing the healing, to me, again, is key. But then just walking in your truth. Because there's someone out there for you. It may not look like textbook or what someone else wants for you, but it is what you need. And that's what you need. So you can't let someone dictate to you, oh no, that's not necessary. But you need to have someone who's able to say, I see a yellow flag on the plate. Keep an eye on that. That's the type of thing I think going forward in relationships keeps the relationship healthy.
Let's play a game.
Before you get off of that, I think people need to know a part of the healing is also getting your behind up and getting out. That's a part of the healing. There's a big old smile waiting on you somewhere. Whatever it is you like to do, whatever experiences you want to create for yourself, create them. You like painting, take your butt to a museum. You like music, go to a concert, go to a jazz fest. You like walks in the park, go see some nature. And there'll be a big smile there waiting for you. That's a part of the healing. Doing things that make you happy. And then communicating and co-mingling with people who love doing the things that you like doing that makes you happy. So not only are you now doing things that bring a smile to your face, you're doing it with people who are also smiling. So you can enjoy in something outside of your physicality, outside of getting drunk at a club and a bar and wanting to mingle that way. So do the things you love to do, which bring healing. And then look around and look at who's watching you and who's noticing you, because those people will add to the healing if they're for you. Just be careful. Go ahead.
I want to add to this part of the conversation because one time, I do my little streams on TikTok and we talk a lot about love and dating. And I was one time detailing my dating history. And this one woman remarked, she's like, "You're never without a boyfriend." And I said, "Yeah, pretty much." And she's like, how do you get boyfriends? Because all I get are men who want to hook up and they don't want to commit. They don't want to be in a relationship. And I said, well, one, there's a time and place, right? Like I've done hookups before. Clearly, I'm a 48-year-old woman. So in my lifetime, I've done hookups and there's a time and place for that. I said, but the way I carry myself like wife material. So I want to talk about that, about men and women when they're dating. Do you guys agree that when you're dating, the way you present yourself, you can either present yourself for women as wife material or side chick, or for men as husband material or gigolo?
Tia? I mean, Egyptian.
And if we have anybody in the comments, I see a couple of like Regal and Shine. If you guys want to box up and share your input, we welcome you.
So the way I date a person is a little complex. Like if I am dating somebody, I do like to take my time and get to know them and things like that. But I know that I have the kind of energy where I can make a person like me if I want them to. I'm intelligent. I have the means. I have the means to make a person like me. Now, if they'll continue to do that, that's another thing. But I can make them like me. But I think, and I did that a lot when I was a lot younger. Just made people like me. Whatever you wanted, I could just do that. Enough for you to want to be around me. And then just like bread from somebody. You know what I mean? Naturally, a lot of people do that, especially when you don't really know who you are. But when I became a man, when I became a lot older, I think that it was just because I understand that about myself, I try to make sure that I am like so very transparent about who and how I am, so that a person could just like the way that I want to be right now. Not to say I can't change, not to say I can't be different, but the way that I am right now. If you can like that me without me having to do anything fancy, then I could show off because you know who I am, So I think that part of just dating and getting to know people, especially with social media, like social media makes people so biased because you could just get to know people by just looking at their social media. At least that is the assumption that people get.
You're right.
That's definitely people's assumption. So I think because of that, it takes away from that like old school mindset when you got to think about a person. You have to wait to talk to them. You have to talk to them. You got to get to know them. You got to, it's like and I was talking to my mom about this the other day. It's the means of knowing a person's favorite color. Like I remember growing up, you asked a person's favorite color. It was important to know that. It was important to know that. Nowadays, it doesn't matter. And you could just tell a person's favorite color by looking on their social media and what they wear a lot of. You must like that color. You can at least assume. So I think that generally getting to know people has been like so stagnant, and it makes everybody rush and try to do it now. You know what I'm saying? Versus like really trying to like invest in people. And it teaches you how to invest in yourself. Like that transparency alone. Even when I date people, I learn more about myself where I'm like, a woman may be very persistent about being in a relationship, and I had to have that restraint to be like, even though I could, and I could take advantage of your vulnerability, I know what I want, and this probably isn't the best.
I like that Tio said that personally, I date to marry. How many of you that are listening are really honest with yourself, right? Because I feel like there's a lot of you that actually want to say that. I want to get married, but you're putting up with a lot of bad behavior. You're putting up with a lot of playboys. You're putting up with a lot of situationships. So in dating, do you guys feel like having that level of honesty with yourself, what Tio has, is important?
Absolutely. I think that whole little statement is kind of blanketed, but there's more depth to it that I don't think a lot of people really give. When they be like, date them all, sis. No, for real. You need to date. I didn't say sleep with. I didn't say intertwine with.
Right.
But how else will you know what you want if you're not dating? You end up picking up, like my brother said, you end up picking up a whole bunch of personalities or the representatives, because a lot of us, my auntie who's 84 tonight, she said that she's like, baby, you don't really know nobody till you live with them. And I get it, like 10,000%, because you're getting so much of the representative, what I want you to like, what I need for you to see, until you can't hide it no more. And then it's, okay, now can I deal with that?
Yeah.
That's the question. But so many of us, because of attachment issues, because of abandonment issues, because of the love bombing, the breadcrumbing, all of that, this may be the last one, we grab onto that and we try to, oh, I can fix him. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put this together. Hell, that was my first marriage. I thought I could really fix that ninja.
I have a question.
I'm fixed. And we'll continue on from pillow, bed to post. Still trying to get fixed. I thought I could save. I thought the Jesus in me, the love in me, all the things in me could fix the person. But that's not it. And that's not how relationships should start. But we have to be willing to walk away when it no longer serves us. Not saying throw people away and ghost them, but I am saying, okay, if this doesn't meet where I'm at and I'm dating, okay, sweetie, I'm gonna have to drop you. And you communicate the reason why. Because if you don't communicate the reason why, it perpetuates to the next person. And they go on to the next person and the next person trying to figure out, what did I do wrong? Because they just ran. So have the balls. Put your big girl panties on enough to say, nah, here's the reason why. Because before I drop you, I'm gonna have a couple conversations with you. We're gonna have some conversations. What do we need to change? What needs to be adjusted here? So I can figure out, okay, there's some things I need to tighten up on. But are you meeting everything else? Is everything else something that we can work through? And those are the things, I think, the big parts. We focus, I think, in a certain age group on, I don't care what your favorite color is. Are you a psycho? How many baby mamas you got? How many of them think that they still your girl? We go through the other criterias now versus, so what's your favorite color? Because we wasted so much time, we feel, in the small talk. And after you've done so much of the dating apps and the meeting people and the interviewing, as I call it, because that's what dating is to me. It's an interview. It's an interview process. I'm interviewing you, you're interviewing me. Will you get the job? I don't know. Is there a 90-day probation period? Probably so. And then we determine, is this a match? But I mean, I don't think those types of conversations are really kind of happening as much.
So I wanted to go back to something that you said about living together. I know a lot was said. It was good. It was all good, but I'm trying to remember. About living together. I do agree that people should live together because you get to know somebody about living together. But that seems to be like a slippery slope, because we have on one hand people that take too long to live together, right? And then when they finally live together, they're like, oh, this is a no-go. And then we have people that literally like jump into living together, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. How would we know? I know most of you are going to say it's a fluid thing. It's not like a set rule, like, okay, after 12 months, then live together. It's a fluid thing. But for those people that are in a relationship right now and they're feeling all the feels, but they don't know whether to trust it, right? Like, is this the real deal, or am I just in? I'll tell you guys.
Reverend, before you start, let me throw my little disclaimer there. For the record, did not say you should shut up, because I'm old school. I am not 30 nothing. Okay. What I am saying is
Not too much, not too much.
what I am saying is the in-depthness of knowing someone, you probably will never know until you've actually lived
with that person.
There
Because
are
it comes
certain
from
things
the,
you're going
it comes from the nature of comfort. It's the nature of comfort. I could hide that from you if you just come in and spend it a night. I can clean up and stuff, but if you stand here and I never clean up, you're going to notice that I don't. It doesn't mean just live with anybody. So I get what you're saying. Even if it's somebody who you're not dating, they just your roommate. They could be your best friend. You really don't know them till y'all live together. Like mama kicked them out. Then you start to see, like I said, like I know why your mother kicked you out. Because now we got Russians, water balloons. So I mean, that's definitely energy that you just, even if you, and there's no way to know. It's one of the strongest gambles of being in a relationship. It's like you just have to bond with a person enough and then see them as who they are enough to where when y'all live together, you just okay with that. Because you might, some stuff they might not think is a problem. You might have to just sacrifice how you feel for the better of just saying that's just how they are. Even if I didn't know that before, that's just how they are. They don't even see that as being a problem. And it might not be a big deal. It just plucked my nerve. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a part of being in a relationship where you got to make sacrifices that might not necessarily be a big deal, but it's just a problem for you. I hate to hear people chew. If I really like a chick, I probably would never hit, I would hear everybody else chew except for her. And it won't bother me. I would tell somebody who's sitting next to her chewing just as loud as her that they're chewing loud and I would never say anything to her. You know, because I've already sacrificed that how I feel about her. She just don't close her mouth when she chew. And no matter how many times I say, you chewing with your mouth open, it's just going to make her realize it. And now we're going to have the same conversation over and over. I have to just sacrifice my feelings and say, it's me and her, and she could do that. She could do that. It can't nobody else do that, but she could do that. She'll start telling people, don't chew with your mouth open. They don't like that. You know what I'm saying? She's doing it.
Okay, but I'm gonna flip that.
That's that's a strong part of knowing, like even just living with a person and knowing that I got problems and they got problems, and I might not know all their problems because they might not see it as a problem, but we're gonna figure it out when we live together and see if we can deal with it. Because some stuff I might be like, you can't do that, and I might be like, all right, I'm gonna have to stop doing that. I smoke. I might have to go outside because you don't want me to smoke in the bedroom. I might have to smoke in the kitchen because you don't like to smoke in the bedroom and all your clothes smell like smoke. All right, I don't mind. I'll go in the kitchen. Okay. No problem. You know what I'm saying? So like I said,
that brings up a really good point, because one of the things I do, guys, is when I'm dating, I have a list of things that are on my okay list, my not okay list, and my compromise list. Because, like, for instance, if a man wants more children, I don't care how good looking he is, how established he is, how amazing he is, I can't be with you because I absolutely do not want more children. But I feel like a lot of people in the dating world don't have those lists. And I do recommend, for those of you that are listening, that if you're in the dating field and you're single, make your list and stick to your list. Your list is going to guarantee that you're going to have a good experience. On my compromise list, my man made some of his compromise list. He doesn't smoke cigarettes, but he is a smoker, if you get what I'm saying. And I compromised on that because I don't date smokers. But at the same time, I'm okay with that kind of smoking. So that was okay because that's on my compromise list. So do you guys have lists like that? Absolutely not. Yes. And compromise. And if so, are you willing to share with us what those are?
I'm very particular. I'm so particular, but it's more about me and not about them. I think it's about my tolerance. Like if I'm dealing with somebody, I don't expect us not to argue, but I would prefer that them be able to communicate their feelings. I don't want somebody who just shut down and shut off and run away. Like I want you to be able to talk, even if you're angry, even if you know that you get angry and you yell. I want you to know yourself enough to be like, I need a moment, because if not, we're gonna keep yelling. You know what I'm saying? You yelling at me and I can't communicate with you. Like I need somebody who knows themselves enough that I can know them. Because if not, then I'm gonna wind up being like, now I gotta curb my enthusiasm when I deal with her, because I can't even keep it real with her without her getting all emotional. Like I don't want to have to stagnate that. I want in unison to have another person to know me well. Because one, I mean, like I'm very particular about a woman's, like if she's lazy or not, because that make me lazy. I don't like to date women that smoke because I smoke. And now I'm gonna be smoking even more. If she don't smoke, I ain't gonna want to smoke in a car. I ain't gonna be smoking all day long. I might hit it a couple times. I want to watch the movie too, and I ain't gonna be smoking and watching the movie. I'm gonna go outside, hit it. I don't want to smell like smoke all the time. So when we about to go out, I'm gonna make sure I ain't smoking the whole time. I go out with my friends. Everything we do, we finna light up something. We get some gas, light up, and we gonna smoke right here. We got the gas. Let's go light up on the way to the next destination. But if I know with her, I'm gonna be very much more cautious about how I'm living and what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? If she drink, I'm gonna be drinking a lot too. But if she don't, probably ain't gonna drink that much. And I'm gonna be more comfortable not doing it, because I don't want to be like, I don't like him smelling like bud and I'm lit. You know what I'm saying? I'm smiling the whole time. Like I don't want that to be the impression and the intent of her energy towards me about something so simple. You know what I'm saying? Because if I care about her, then there's nothing that is worth the sacrifice, especially if she cares about me. Because even if I'm doing that, she's not going to make me feel uncomfortable about it. But I'm a king. I should feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? I should feel like that. If she's in the service of me, I should want to serve her. I should want to make sure she's happy. I should want to make sure she's comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Well, what's the worth of it? You just be with anybody and do that for anybody.
I'm going to put this question over to Mr. 6'6". How important is reciprocity in relationships? Is it okay for you to give 70 and her give 30? Does it have to be 50-50? What is a good baseline?
So when it comes to reciprocating energies, like it should be everything that you need within a relationship. So if I'm giving my time, there's a certain amount of time that I want back, right? If I'm giving my energy, there's a certain amount of energy I want back. And I think in that, between the two of us, if that person cares about you as much as you care about them, then they'll give you what you're giving them. It's ping pong, it's tennis, it's I'll play you for your heart, and we out on this basketball court with each other's hands. It's a back and forth, it's a dance, it's a tango, and you should be willing. You should be willing participants. I think what happens is a lot of times people, you ever play cards with somebody and you done beat them, or you playing Monopoly and you got all the property and they don't want to play no more. A lot of people get in the dating game, and for some reason between the two of you, there's something that they're not receiving. There's something, and you have to be able to see that. Being the man, being the woman, there's something within me that's making my person that's playing this game with me, they don't seem like they're having fun. They don't seem as though they're enjoying it, right? And you should want to know why, because the game is supposed to be enjoyable for the both. And so yes, there definitely should be reciprocal energy, but it's I don't think there's a number to it.
Well,
I need from you what I need from you. You need from me what you need from me. Am I able to give you those things? Those are the qualities of the relationship, whatever it may be.
Okay,
you
so
need a father figure in your life for your kids. I can be that. I need a wife in my life to make things easier. You could be that. And then we move and grow upon that.
All right. We have a question. We have a statement in the comments from Shine. She said, if it's 50-50, I'm out. I need my man on a higher level than me in order for me to be confident in his ability to lead us the right way. That is such a good comment, because that is the majority of what women feel, that men should contribute more to the relationship than the woman. I'm going to pose this to the two men in here. How do you guys feel about that? Because that's not only Shine's belief, that is the belief of a lot of women.
So I'm going to combine my answer, because that was I was actually going to comment on that too, Sean. Me personally, even dating a woman, I know myself very well. I'll give all I have. I'll give 100%. In a relationship, I agree with 50-50, 70-30, 25, 75, however, whatever. If we need 100. We both need lights. The lights cost 100. You ain't got but 25. I got to put 75. And me as a man, I'm probably going to work harder anyway. I'm going to make sure of it, because I bleed. I lick my own wounds. I'm a lion. I hunt. That's my job. So I would prefer to give my all, but I also would desire a woman who does not want me to give my all. So she know I would give 100. I would want her to say, look, even if I ain't got the 38, we're going to put my 38 in there too. You ain't got to put 100. You keep your 38, because that's what I'm going to put mine in, and you just put the rest. We got life. All I got is 38. Whatever she got. And I would hope that encourages her to have 70. So when I'm like, hey, look, I got 70, she's like, I got 72. Because we doing good. We got 200. Like that's the energy that I encourage, especially from a relationship. Not to say it always got to be like that. Because what if I break my foot and now I can't work for 6 weeks? I need her to be able to survive. I don't want her to be like, oh my God, I gotta go into the workforce. I want her to be like, look, you got all the kids, you got everything good. Be here when I get off of work, you're gonna be fine. Because we already doing this. We already are prepared for the best and for the worst. Because I want to build something. You ain't gonna be able to build something if you just buying bricks and then you ain't stacking them.
All right, Six, I'm gonna give you a chance to respond, and then I have another follow-up question to that.
Yeah, I just think it goes back to your intentions in dating, because there are a lot of men who are dating and they don't care about your life. They don't care about what you got going on. So the whole responsibilities of you look nothing more than like Erykah Badu's bag lady. So you just have to be careful in what you say, you want in regards to leading you. Because sometimes I just want to lead you to the Chris Brown concert, hoping to get some behind and some tail on the back end of it. So I just want to make sure that we reference that side of dating. There are a lot of men who care nothing about your wants to be a wife. So we're speaking to being a wife, then yes, this man should be quality. He should have his life in order. There should be some sustainability there, so that you know that you and your kids can move and walk into his life easily. You as an accentuator are supposed to be exactly that. Someone who can walk into his life, see everything he's already doing, and then add to. I see where I can come in and based on what you're already doing, add to. And because of that, you've seen where you can add to a man's life ought to make you want to be closer to him. Because now all that affection, all that love, all that energy can now be added to the fact that I also see purpose and significance in your life when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your spiritual growth. Like we can connect on physicality all day. I think every human can connect on that. I want to touch you, you want to touch me. But what are you doing in your life that I also see alignment with? Oh, you're doing this? Ooh, I can help with that. Well, you're doing this? Let me show you how I can help with that. And when you find that connection in a relationship, that's when you know you have purpose with a person and you two can grow and do things together.
So I know a lot of you know I date unconventionally. And I don't really believe in the roles, the gender roles. I don't believe in 50-50 or 60-40 towards the man doing 60 or 40. I believe we're both human beings and we support each other as we support each other. My question to the whole panel is, do you guys believe the man can be the head of the household without taking the lead in terms of 70-30, 60-40? Can he still be head of the household if it's 50-50 or even 60-40 with 60 to the woman and 40 towards him. Shine says no.
What?
In regards to finances. So,
Okay.
so
Or not just finances. It could be finances, effort, like, if or yeah, towards finances, because he's doing everything else, but the finances maybe not.
okay, so because you as a woman went and got a certain check has absolutely nothing to do with your relationship, and as long as women keep bringing that conversation into the relationship, has absolutely nothing to do with your weight system.
And so Shine said,
get this out. Let me get this out real quick. Let me get this thought perspective out.
Yeah.
Your money that you had before you came to the dating pool has absolutely nothing to do with this other person. Okay? When you're choosing him, you should have had your finances, your life, your bills, everything in order. If you didn't have it in order, why are you in the dating? Because if you're going out there looking for a man to take care of you, then that shows that you as a woman don't have your shit together in the first place. Okay? So therefore, you're looking for someone in that position to now take care of you. So that's a different conversation. But if you as the woman, right, if we're talking a different conversation, like you have it, talking about women being the lead, right? You went to school, you make a certain income, and you met a man who makes half your income. Has shit to do with dating. That man is compassionate. That man is great with kids. That man is great with his hands. He knows how to change a tire. He knows how to cook. He can do so many things around the house. Oh my God, when he puts you down in the bedroom. So all those things where he dominates, you want to speak on your finances means absolutely nothing to a relationship outside of the lifestyle that you guys should be living together. But when it comes to how he cares for you, how he caters to you, how he makes sure that you're secure and have everything that you need within the relationship, he should be taking your finances, sitting down with you and telling you how you should be spending your money. And you should trust him with that.
I agree with that. If a woman is looking for a man, in general terms, if a woman is looking for a man to provide for her, then in that particular situation, a woman has to be submissive to that man. A woman has to be okay with him telling her things that may affect her personal life, what she wears, what time she comes back into the house or leaves the house, how she spends her money, because he's giving it to her if she's not absolutely bringing in any sort of income. That's why I find it very funny when certain women, not all women, want a man to completely take care of them, but they also want to run the household, it seems like, or be the head of the household.
Honey, you've been to the places. What are you thinking over there? Sorry, Egyptian. I just see
no, thank you. No, most certainly. Ladies first.
I was just
gentleman. I'm a gentleman.
From understanding. Go ahead and tell me what you're thinking, honey.
Well, you know what I'm thinking. I've never understood percentages. I've literally just got done having this conversation because I don't subscribe to it.
Right.
A man who's able to cover me spiritually, emotionally, physically, to me, some in my mindset, will far more outrule any man that's able to pay whatever he's going to pay. Because of the fact that that's what I asked God for. So a lot of times, I believe as women, we're getting, now here's a role. We're getting the roles mixed up in the fact of you want a boyfriend and a caretaker and a provider. That's not a husband.
Right.
You got to know what you want and the definition of what that is. And anybody talking about marriage ain't nothing, blah, 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 blah. You'll be that little friend in the obituary. And he leaves to his friend, blah, 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 blah. and it'll probably be nothing. It'll be the woman that he did marry and the children that he didn't have offspring from. So when we say roles and positions and percentages and all this craziness, I don't know what that looks like because I'm looking for a partner. If I got 10%, he got it. And if I got 90 and he need me, what you need? Where did all this come from? Social media really got our minds effed up, and half of them in chapter 7 for like the 7th or 8th time. Don't fool with the narrative that is being pumped here, because then they in divorce court and they trying to secretly go, and put their little papers in under aliases or their legal names. You don't know what them people going through. So I'm not comparing myself to anybody else's standard. What works for me and mine works for me and mine.
Facts.
So your house may run a little bit different. I don't think that determines who wears the pants, because I submit to a higher authority that says, I find a husband, he find me, and we leave and cleave. Leave your mama, leave your friends, leave everybody, and I submit, and he submits to me. But then it says that he loves me a certain type of way, as Christ loved the church, forgiving all, and would die for me. Why wouldn't I pay 90% if I got it? You sound crazy. You don't want a husband.
Clock that.
That's what you need.
Clock that.
Yeah, I concur. I was going to say identically the same thing. I don't even like the term like head of household, especially when you're talking about like actual relationship, because like we both, if we are maintaining a household, we both in charge, because it's going to be some stuff that I ain't good at, I don't have time to do, that you're going to be responsible for, and I don't even have to tell you because you're going to be doing it. It's going to be some stuff I'm going to be responsible for. You might not be changing the oil, and I might be doing it, and you better not have to tell me that the oil needs changing. If the light come on, I should be noticing. If the gas low, I should be like, I got 10 minutes to go to the gas station, put gas in it, so she ain't got to do it when she get up in the morning. And it don't have to be a conversation. Like when you're developing something with somebody, my responsibilities and what I maintain, that make me the boss of that part. And when it comes to your part, I ain't gonna say nothing about your part. That's your part. Whatever you tell me to do on your part, I'm gonna do that. Because
the reciprocal energy. She see that the eggs ain't but 1 or 2 eggs left in that carton. It ain't but a third of that milk left in that milk jug. It ain't but half a box of cereal left. She know I like cheese puffs, and this bag done got empty. She see it in the trash can. So she knows she needs to stop by Publix on the way home. That's the reciprocal energy. So we
and she go to swipe that card.
I'm stopping.
She go to swipe that card, bro.
As we go to oil change, she ready in there. Hey, baby, what you need? And then when we get home, the oil change has been done, and I got dinner on the stove.
What are you talking about?
I want to welcome in.
Oh, and then like somebody was saying,
Shine, come back.
I like having my own. In fact, I've always been that. I'm an Aquarius. Everybody see I'm 210. Yeah. But at 42, like, think about your grandparents. Anybody 35, maybe 38 and up. Do you recall a time possibly when your grandparents lived in the same house? Granddaddy had a bedroom downstairs or down the hall, and wifey had the master suite. Whatever the case may have been, but we cohabitated together. Mm-hmm. Again, 2 is better than 1. You can't say you want partnership and you want to be divided. That don't fit neither. So figure your stuff out. What you really, really want. What are you saying? I just need pizza deal every now and again, a good dinner, and movies and chill, because that's what you want. Then, or are we adjusting what that standard is or what that looks like for you? But maybe you don't want marriage. Maybe you just want that common law, whatever. Change that.
I want to welcome in Shine. Shine, welcome to the panel. What question, comment, or advice do you have?
What's up, everyone? This is actually really good. I like to hear. I just want to say, look, I want to say that when a woman says that, when I say I don't want to do 50-50 and I expect for the man to provide more in every aspect because I want it all. And it doesn't make me a gold digger. It doesn't make me only in it for financial gain. It's basically my father showing me as a child what a man is to be to a woman in a godly manner. So when I say because it helps me be able to trust him in leading me, is because I'm already dating someone who believes in Jesus Christ. So that I wanted to like set straight. And old school, you know, my mama showed me man should take care of women do her, men do them. And it's not about a part to play. It's just the position in a relationship. And this is why before I date, I let dudes know from the door, bro, you gotta be this, and this, and this. And if they can't, then we're gonna be cool. But there is somebody out here because I've had them and they do exist, you know, like the M&Ms. I'm gonna just wait my turn until we find each other. So
that's having the standards.
Me doing anything less than what I want is settling, and I can't do that. And if God has me out here alone and never married, then guess what? I'm going to be alone and never married, then settle and be miserable because it's not what I want. And it's not what my father showed me that could be. And it's not what my mother showed me that I deserve. So that's what I mean when I say that.
All right. We have on TikTok, we have Athila that joined the guest box. Hi, Athila. Did you want to ask a question? Did you have a comment that you wanted to add to the discussion? Athila? All right. I don't know what happened. Maybe she'll come back. She'll come back in.
I just want to say, Sean, I more than agree with you. I think that people have this, they have like this shyness about being arrogant about what they really
Thank you, Shine.
want for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And I commend that energy. Like I welcome that for you. Like don't just take anything. Like if you know what you want, you know exactly how you want it. You shouldn't even have to tell a dude, I want this, and this. When that dude comes, he gonna have it. He gonna be willing to show it to you before you even ask him. He gonna be saying the stuff you've been saying to people for years before you get a minute to say it to him. You're gonna be like, I say that all the time. It's gonna blow your mind. Like I think that's perfection in what you desire. Not to say it's gonna. You might spend a lifetime looking for it, and it might only be the last 2 weeks of your life that you get that. But I guarantee you that 2 weeks will be the maximality of what happiness means of living a fulfilled life. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter like what nobody else think, or if they like, oh yeah, you can't do that, or you can't make something, you can't change nobody. Like I feel the same way. When I look at another person and I know what I desire from a woman, it may not be what's orthodox for everybody else, or it might not be, you know, what everybody might see as traditional nowadays, but I'm old school. Like what I want, I know of it, I know what's good for me, I know what's best for me, and I will hope that, you know, I'm dealing with somebody who like understands that and wants like things, that we have like minds. If not, it may just be a search that I'm searching. You know what I'm saying? Until the point that I get like, because I think that God has the sense of humor that's beyond our own understanding. So it'll be the moments that I'll be like, you know what? I'm done. And then it'll be somebody that's been there all along. You know, so I welcome it. You know, I got a sense of humor too. I welcome it.
I respect the point of view, but I think we got to be. I really don't like when we conflate the past with the future when it comes to dating, because morals, values, and things of the past and relationships are cool if we're only going to keep it about morals and values. When we speak on the way that houses were ran and the finances of houses, it is not the same, love. It's a totally different ball game. Now, first of all, salaries were different. But we also know that how much everything right now costs. It's absolutely crazy. And for us to be in this world thinking that it's just easy to be out here living alone and getting it done alone and doing it by yourself, I thought everybody was feeling it. You may not be struggling, but everybody's feeling it. Everybody's spending a little bit more. Everybody's haircut costs more. Everybody's fruit costs more. Everybody chicken costs more. Everybody rent done went up. Everybody's trying to buy a house, but the interest rates are crazy. So, right. So all that being the case, it doesn't change the fact that it's expensive today, right? And if you're logically thinking about this, if any man who actually has access to, because you were just saying that it's supposed to be multiple dates, right? Dates, sis, go out there and let them men take you out. That's what you told me. Okay. So that lets me know that I'm not going to be the only person she dates this week. So I should probably keep my options open too. But if I took you on $100 date and you on $100 date and I'm only making $20 a week, $20 an hour. I mean, like, let's be open to the fact that that man may need you to come in and motivate him to make more, motivate him to be better. He may not be in that space currently in his life. Right now, his $20 lifestyle and $20 an hour lifestyle works for him and takes care of him. But now in meeting you, he realizes I got to make more to keep this woman. I got to make more to sustain her and her family and who she is and bring her into my life. And now, I guess the question is, are you going to give any man that option? Because he can treat you right. He can talk to you right. He can touch you right. He can do all the things for you. He just currently has been taking care of himself, looking out for him, living in his world. He ain't know you. But because of how your daddy raised you, he was supposed to know that you was around the corner waiting on him. He should have been preparing himself.
No.
But that young girl who was raised by her daddy, who wanted a man ready to just pull a woman into the house and just sit her down. But I guess a lot of men will be canceled. A lot of men will never have an option, never be an option when it comes to what they could be for you. Because there's a very minute person or people who can give you what it is you're looking for. Awesome.
Legally, might I add, legally.
Yeah. No, she said her friend zone game is lit.
I love what she.
I came up poor.
Yeah.
I came up with nothing, and now, like in my life, like I'm not poor. Like my problem isn't my finances. So when I'm dealing with thinking about a relationship, if a woman's goal is financial security, then maybe her interest is in me. It's just how much money I got. So if I'm dealing with a woman and her interest is me, this is why I date differently. If we spending a couple months talking, I'm not thinking about taking you out to eat. I'm not taking you out every day just to get to know you. I'm gonna get to know you. We're gonna spend time talking on the phone. You're gonna want to talk to me. I'm gonna want to talk to you. And when we got free time, we're gonna be looking for each other. That's the kind of person that I'm gonna say, you know what? Now I think I want to spend time with you. Because if I spend time with you, I'm gonna spend my money on you. And if I'm gonna spend my money on you, I'll work for my money. That costs time. So now that I'm investing both, we already know because you're going to be doing the same. And you're going to want to say, I want to date a woman who's going to want to say, I want to pay for something too, but don't get a chance. Not the woman that's like, I'm just going to get something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's somebody who likes me. So when you're dating on that kind of level, you're not thinking about whether she wants financial gain. You know, this is somebody that likes you. And you can separate the two. You know the difference from the chick who just wanted to get the free meal after 2 months. Because she going to ask you, why you ain't asked to take me out yet? Like, you don't even call me like that. Versus the chick who like want to talk, what you doing today? Same thing you were doing 15 minutes ago? Oh, me too. Like that's the girl I'm like, I can't wait to take you out because you just want to spend time with me. Just that at the minimal. Even if we might not even get it, we might not even have we might like to do different things, got different schedules. But if you want to give me your time like I would want to give you mine, that's the beginning of me knowing maybe we could spend time together. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my most valuable asset is my time. That's why they take it from criminals.
That's key. Because you said to start, we missed the foundation part of it. It should be friendship. Like, I don't like sex some days. Like, I ain't like madly in love with him some days.
That's normal. With any relationship, that's normal.
I'm not butterflies and lollipops.
Right.
But do I like him? Every day. And twice on Sunday. You gotta find you somebody that you like. Like stanky breath, trash be closed, all that is nice. You got to find somebody that you actually like. And a lot of us aren't even choosing people that we
Like, facts.
because you can pay a bill and buy me a Bentley.
You just said a dope affirmation too. You gotta find somebody that is okay not to like.
No, because if I don't like it, I'm cool with you. That's just me. That's my answer.
Y'all need to stop choosing people that you hate but love. That's your issue.
I like that.
Wow.
Too many times
I like
you end up chopping this person and you hate yourself and that person for love. So
I'm trying to learn how to love the people that love me and not love the people that I would love.
Right.
I can't even say that because I'm commanded to love everybody. It's a different type.
And I would. But my thing is, I would give people love, and I would have a nature to desire a reciprocatory energy from everybody. And that normally stagnates me versus me learning how to be loved by people and have an opportunity to reciprocate. That way, when I'm loving people, I can do it more fulfillingly without that fear of somebody maybe taking advantage. Because that's a problem that I've had for a long time, is that I will love anybody that I can, everybody that I can, given the most. And a lot of people, I'm not even upset when people take advantage, because I'm aware that maybe it's just the love they never had. But I'm just trying to master being capable of only welcoming the love that's for me.
Yeah, it's never worthy of that type of love. Again, we generalizing.
it's never to you guys, it's for you. Every situation, if you walk up on that person,
When we gonna do this again, Uma? When we gonna do this again?
We can do this every Friday night.
Hey, Big Six. Hey, bro. Hey, you get
listen, if you walk up on that person and you can see it,
it's beautiful, bro.
Wait, I do want to say this. I do want to say this. This has been such a riveting discussion. I do have to end the shows elsewhere, but you guys, if you guys don't have anything to do, I would like to invite you to stay for the after party so we could really get into this. TikTok, thank you so much for showing up. YouTube, thank you so much for showing up. These discussions I feel are so important because in my experience as a love and dating coach, I just see a lot of people making bad decisions. And I hope what the panelists shared here today, you guys really take it, think about it, and really apply it, because a lot of really good advice was given here today. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Please don't forget to like the videos and drop your comments about what was your favorite part of this show. Thank you so much. We are signing out. 1 second.